Thank you. So this is like very good. You are the man. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. It was just sitting there.
I know I have one floating around that I don't have a sticker on.
Yeah, that was just, it was already sitting there. Perfect.
Thank you very much. Have a great session.
I'm gonna have 4 people.
I think our plans ran over.
Oh,
So we can get a minute when people reserve.
okay.
Yeah.
But if not, you got the 4 best people. in
I
the
believe it.
conference.
I had 2 of them yesterday, so I already know what it is.
You come in.
I had 2 of them, 2 of my participators. Sir, how are you? I hadn't talked to you since I saw you Thursday night.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. How about you?
Good, good.
Morning, Mr. Brown.
Y'all see how she doing? As soon as she saw me yesterday, she said, hey, Mr. Brown. I should have never told y'all that. And then Treese gets up there.
I know, right?
Treese gets up there. Come on, sweat. Don't do it. I had work this morning, so I'm running behind. Everybody has something to think about. Yeah, they just put fresh juice and stuff out there.
Juice and bubbly.
Juice and bubbly. Some people, they think of bubbly as
I know.
Probably it's fun if y'all have some bubbly and come in here and talk.
Depending on how heavy the subject is.
You're right.
You probably need to drink anyway.
Anyway. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning, I'm leaving today, so I will let you know how much I thoroughly enjoyed your work.
You're leaving today.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave after lunch.
And
And,
We're gonna leave during lunch.
no,
Because
I
lunch is on our own.
know, but I want to see what my colleagues are doing.
Come on in with the blue on. I gave you almonds yesterday. Here you go. We took a picture for you.
Gotta do that.
So as soon as this is over.
Did you get my? Just kind of
Oh, we can do
before
that.
folks get in there. Let's get
Is that for now? What's over?
No, this is for a previous client.
All right, so we're gonna,
Yeah.
we're gonna start this one around. So you guys can go ahead and do that.
Oh,
You can take it.
He is.
Okay, heard what she said. That's why I told him I hadn't seen him since Thursday, like I got here.
Yeah.
He said, what session is this one is on the, all right, sir, good morning.
You starting already, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. I'm at your same minute.
I already know how you do it. You just been waiting. I know you have my number.
I do.
Can you text me? Good. I feel what you're doing now. I apologize.
No, we in it.
Let's go back and down.
No.
Yes, you will be on that.
I wrote, your last name is my last name.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know you want.
Always ever trying to learn.
I'm good, you good.
I'll send you
my invoice.
Yes.
Hey, sir.
Hello.
Here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I got it. Okay, he was already out there, so I just called him in. Thank you.
Thanks.
They're gonna try and wait till it. I know.
It's Dana, like trying to force us to sign in.
Good, how are you?
Somebody let you know, the last
Huh? You did say that. That's that good energy. Yeah, bring it. Sis, did you meet sis?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
That's Erica. Yes, absolutely.
Good.
Erica, no, they've been following me, but I've been good today.
Yes.
You've been good today.
So far.
Yeah,
you have.
Don't leave home without. She gonna put on the blue and white every day. I get on my red and white socks. That's okay. That's okay.
Interesting.
How you do?
Hey.
I used to be a songbird one day, long time ago.
No, they told me you can sing. We were supposed to do a duet before you left.
You gotta do that too. And here's up in this class we go to.
Oh, yeah, this song. Let's go. Let's get it.
She was so bad yesterday.
Yeah.
I had to tell her.
I sat in 2 sessions before she was in my session. I had to tell her that.
No.
Then she was the true colors, and I was like,
No, when she was in your session, you said, you need to step here in the front.
right.
And this is what I understand. I understand. I want to sleep, and I didn't give her her meds. I said, I knew it was something. I knew it was something. She didn't have her ADHD meds. She got it today. Oh, no, she was quiet. Oh, no, she calmed down after practice.
So it's my assumption that we have several people who are just getting out of a class.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give them a little grace. Don't give them but 20 minutes to talk. That tears me up. So I put smiley faces again. If you have not given someone a smile today, give them a smile. Write a nice note on there for them and pass it to someone. So everyone should have one before this day is end, before this session ends. Can y'all do that for me? Something behind you right there. And then somebody left their smile in the room yesterday and said, well, it was a good note too. They just forgot that stuff. 40, did you say me 44 or 46 years of marriage? 44 years of marriage. 43 years of marriage. 43 years of marriage.
And you know what? It doesn't even seem like it.
I'm working towards 9 next month.
Don't think about it. It's real. That's a real.
I don't, she does.
Yeah.
She all about these
I'm at
vacation.
It goes by.
I got married. I was like 11.
Yes, it is. You're the good pastor, right? You say pastor. I'm gonna call you the good pastor. And Jerry still out. Come on.
No, they can't have a
This is different. The bill out. Oh, I understand.
And the way you look there,
Well,
I don't know, I wouldn't want to take the same class.
well, I try to spread my wealth around,
This is a
but
different setting.
I've done 2 colors, so
Do it twice.
no, I'm actually a facilitator in 2 colors, so it didn't make sense for me to be there, so you're by default.
It's likely that you want to come see me.
I did. I'm messing with you.
I'm gonna be involved.
I can only think about it.
So Andre, I have a task for you today, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Since you're at the door,
Yeah.
you're gonna be the doorkeeper. Y'all remember that word yesterday? Who was in my class? Doorkeeper. Andre's gonna be the doorkeeper. So if there's people out there that's supposed to be in here, if you just kind of ease them here. I don't want to rush people, because I know
That's
that y'all kind of late in class. So there are smiley faces going around. Write a positive note to someone in this class. Is that for me? Can I read it out loud when everybody gets in?
Yes, sir.
I'm making a
After messing with you, I needed to.
Oh, this is
No, it's not. It's true. It's true.
she slid real good too. What do you want to think? Miss Haiti, it's a different class. Dr. Haiti. You didn't tell me you were doctor. Dr. Haiti. I can't pronounce your last name. Tell us again. Tell me again. Bastion.
Bastion. It's like Sebastian with.
Oh, Bastion. Bastion.
Bastion.
I've been passing you all for the last few days. We spoke several times. Yes. I'm not remembering. I feel bad about it. I'm glad you joined us today. Good. I've been passing. You've been on the phone. I've been watching. Good morning.
Good morning.
I got a little late start, but we're good. We have smiley faces. Those that were in my class yesterday, you know, we want to pass the positivity around. So there is someone in this class to give a positive note to. I want everyone to have one before they leave today, all right? So I just got another one that made me smile. She said, "Thank you for your light." That's dope. That is dope. Try to keep carrying that around, right? For those I didn't have a chance to meet, if you hadn't read my bio, I'm not going through all of that because it is in the book, right?
What's the name of the book?
Ma'am,
What's the name of the book?
I don't have, speaking into my life, so that you're the second person. Andre told me Thursday I need to be writing a book.
Absolutely.
She said, "Why haven't you?" But my bio is in the manual that you have. But my name is Monolito Irby, Monolito from Alabama, Roll Tide.
Where did you get that first name?
No, that's me. I'm a type.
I'm from Chicago. Who said go dogs?
Oh, no.
Oh, I'll give that to you. We don't have much time. We're not talking about it. You're surely not talking about Florida games. At any rate, I am with the Georgia Department of Juvenile Justice. October will be 15 years for me. I was just promoted to the Deputy Director of the Office of Professional Development in February. I'm still doing my old job as training program manager. Thank you, ma'am. As training program manager, so it's been heavy. That's why I'm getting out here late, because work is still going on while I'm here. Right. So I started out with the Department of Juvenile Justice in 2007 as a probation officer in Fulton County. Hear me when I say this. After 4 deaths, going to 4 funerals of young men that I'd worked with, it started weighing on me. And I had to find something else to do, particularly the last young man that died. Let me back up. All of them were killed by gunfire. The first kid that was ever on my caseload when I came to the Department of Juvenile Justice died the same way he came to us, trying to rob someone. That last person he robbed was an off-duty cop who had his gun in his console by his side. And he asked no questions when the young man came up to his window and asked, "Give me all your things." He gave him more than all his things. He riddled his body with bullets. And think about a young man, 16 years old, I think he was at the time, probably weighing 80 pounds. He probably couldn't have sustained one, but that cop let loose on him, right? That was my baptism into the Department of Juvenile Justice as a probation officer. I remember coming over and I was telling my mom, I'm going to Georgia. I've been working for the Department of Juvenile Justice probation officer. And her first words to me, that's making me feel some type of way. Grown man now, I am. But I want you to be safe, because you already knew. You saw the television, right? Shirley Franklin kind of knocked down all of the housing units in Atlanta, but I was in the heart of those before that happened. And I was almost accosted just one time because a young girl, smart mouth. I'm going to her house to let her know you're not going to be talking to me like that, right? Passed by 4 guys standing out there. And she's going in and I'm going in too, but they could hear us from outside. And they yelled in the house to her. These are their words, not mine. Okay? Hey, Shorty, you all right? I quelled that conversation real quick. You're like, you come to my office, I'll see you at my office, because we didn't have firearms. We didn't have handcuffs. We didn't have pepper spray, any of that. We had a flip phone at the time, probably the size of this. And that's all I had. But we had to be very cognizant of our words, and you had to have a good lip service going into these neighborhoods. At that time, I was driving a big green expedition, and they finally knew what it was. And you can see them scattering. These are Irby's terms, nobody else. Kind of like roaches when they saw my truck, right? Because regardless if I had a badge or not, they knew I worked for the Department of Juvenile Justice. So it was automatic what for them? In their mind, I'm a probation officer, but they saw me as a what? Threat as a police officer. Just because they knew what I was coming to do. No weapon, no badge, like a badge, but had this badge, right? So today we have a short period of time. I just want to talk about the flow of juvenile justice and how that works and how you'll see how some kids get caught up. These are Irby's terms, and others are kind of tapped on the hand. Example off the top. And I wish I could find her now. Alicia, I can't call her last name. Alicia came to me as a 12-year-old, right? They're normally in our facilities as probation officers. We go to our visits with them. Alicia was a 12-year-old, the same age as my daughter at the same time. What I knew, because her counselor came in before I went and met her, is to be careful with her. I'll give you a little bit of that in a minute. Then she said, Alicia's 12, remember these words, right? She had 3 STDs. 12 years old. 12 years. And before the women, and I like the shortcuts, before that became popular, Alicia had cut all her hair out in rebellion to her mom. Okay? I want y'all to go with me, say what we deal with. 12 years old. How is a 12-year-old committed to the Department of Juvenile Justice? Write that word down, committed. All right, so pass some of these cards around, so y'all will keep some, to put up a few things. I hope. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that. Okay? I didn't mean to throw that. Alicia was committed to us, to the Department of Juvenile Justice, 12 years old. 3 STDs, I said, right? And cut her hair out in rebellion to her mom. Committed to the Department of Juvenile Justice. When you're committed to the Department of Juvenile Justice, that's a minimum of 2 years that the State Department has oversight of you. Y'all hear me? Nobody asked me what Alicia was committed for. I heard that. I'm waiting. What was Alicia committed for? Alicia.
Prostitution.
I love it. Absolutely. Alicia went into Family Dollars and stole sanitary. Who said it? Who said that word? What do you mean? I know what you mean, but tell me what you mean.
I mean, this is a normal bodily function. And she was out, so she had to get a bill. She must not have had any money to purchase it.
But did I tell you Alicia's 12?
She's 12.
So that adds something to the meaning already.
Yeah.
What is that? You shaking your head like what? Either one of you.
It's the issue with the mother,
Come on.
the relationship.
Come on.
Couldn't go to her.
Come on here.
Her, so that
Come on
was a
here.
breakdown.
12 years old. Those who were in my class yesterday, you know, I have 5 sisters, right? Mom was young when she had us, but guess what? I was there when all my sisters started that moment, right? And I know what my mom and grandma was ready, prepared, and always had the supply. How is a 12-year-old having to go over to Family Dollars on her own, steal sanitary napkins, and she's committed to the Department of Juvenile Justice? 2 years. and she never got out. She was caught up in the system, right? So Alicia's probably my complexion. Her mom is a lighter hue. She was literally the black sheep. She was the 10th child, probably. Mom was pregnant when I met her. Mom had gone through the system as well, right? So when I left her coming to the office of training, she was still there. Every picture she took coming into one of our facilities, she was smiling. Every picture, they take a picture every time. Every picture it seemed like to her, she was home. She was happy. It's a safe place for her. She was comfortable there. 12 years old, 3 STDs, committed to the Department of Juvenile Justice for 2 years, for going into Family Dollars, stealing sanitary napkins. A need that should have been provided for her. Now, my question for you as I go through the slides, should she have been committed?
No.
She committed a crime or not?
Yes, but I mean.
Come on.
The punishment, I fit the crime.
You just got there yet. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. You were saying, first, we'll go back here first. The judge thought so.
Is that her first offense?
The judge was a black woman.
She was a privileged black woman.
Well, that ain't surprising.
Let's not, give me a minute, I want to hear everybody.
Or she
Y'all don't want to get to these slides, I already feel
or she
this.
may have seen that as a saving grace. You're talking about a child with
Come on,
multiple STDs.
Yes.
She's not being protected at home.
Yes.
Somebody's molesting her.
yes,
Obviously,
yes.
that juvenile facility was a safer place than home and the street.
They could put it in a group home.
From foster home, took her from her parents,
House and stuff.
Yeah.
find some other family members.
Oh, I love it though. This is what I love. This is what it is. I'm listening. So y'all upset or y'all just feeling some type of way? You're curious. Give me a minute. You're curious, Doc, about what? There's a lot more to it.
Exactly.
I've had to go to Alicia's house where they've had, y'all don't want to get to this. I've gone to Alicia's house where they've had a water hose from one apartment to the other, from Alicia's apartment to another apartment, so that they can get running water. So, as her probation officer at the time, Irby, what was my responsibility?
She was safe.
That's a deep factual.
Unnecessary.
Yes, necessarily. Because if my supervisor had gone over and saw that, and I had to put those in, give me a minute, Andre, give me a minute, I appreciate you. And had not put that in case note, I am a mandated reporter.
Exactly.
No water, no lights. Absolutely. Because and of course I put it in case notes, because I had told them she didn't need to go back home. I already knew that. So I told you early on, the council told the facility that, be careful with it. Right? So I did my initial interview with her, got all the information that I needed, asked her why she cut her hair. And she was like this, I'm giving, she was like this the whole time we were talking. Guess where I messed up? Move your hands. You have a pretty smile. Only. Going back to the 3 STDs. Okay. So I leave the facility and I'm in the car. I told you this big green expedition. And the counselor calls me. I said, I'm here. Hey, you just left Alicia. I did. Alicia's going around telling everybody that you like her. So Alicia had been, I gotta give you the full story. How I met Alicia is she was with her uncle who he did not. Can I like, he did not. Now, he did not. He was the only person that would take her, but he was dying of cancer. So she moved in with he and his wife. Because the mom, this is over with. I mean, the mom, almost like she hated her own child, right? And that seems taboo. That's the norm sometimes in a lot of areas. And He took her in. He died. He eventually died. Guess what his wife did?
Put her out.
Put her out. Sent her back to her mom. So because her uncle, she felt in her mind, in her prefrontal cortex at that age, that it was a man that her uncle who loved her, the only person that she felt loved her, what would she find in love at? Older man. What is the audacity of a wife calling me from that neighborhood, telling me that I need to get Alicia because Alicia's messing with her husband? Y'all didn't even hear what I said. A wife who has nothing to do with the case that I'm dealing with as her probation officer, calling my phone as a probation officer, telling me that I need to get Alicia because Alicia's messing with her husband. In a minute. You don't know my links to her. So, ma'am, hi, how are you? Where'd you get my number from? Her mom gave her my number. Good, all right, so I need to talk to Alicia. So first of all, I need to know your husband's name. I'm giving it to him, right? Now, where y'all live again? In proximity, because I'm at Alicia's house quite frequently. What house is yours? Because I'm gathering all this because guess what? Police going over there, right? You're calling me saying that this young woman, 12 years, well, she's 13 out of time. She got up, is messing with your husband. And you want me to do something about it. Your husband. So when we say group home, somebody said it earlier, that was my goal. Until they wouldn't pay for it anymore, I sent her to every group home they would approve me to say. Sent her all the way down to Augusta. At least she ended back up in Atlanta. Because she hitchhiked rides to the truck stops. You do realize the rides were not free, right? That's all she knew. That was my, again, baptism into the Department of Juvenile Justice. So it's tricky when I say some of these kids, and she's one of the ones who, again, stole sanitary napkins, and she got committed to us, excuse me, for 2 years. And that almost turned into 4, almost 5, because she kept getting out, and she kept committing some offense so that she could come back. Every time. And every time she came back, she was smiling. Almost as if I'm home. This is my safe place for me, right? So I want you to keep that in mind, please. So, and it's, I won't go through that side. I'll miss that. So we have a new commissioner. He's been there for 2 years, 3 years now, Tyrone Oliver. He's a great guy, excellent guy, actually. Has come in and changed the whole, speaking of culture yesterday, came in and changed the whole culture of the Department of Juvenile Justice, right? We have the inverted pyramid now that he's implemented, where at the top of that pyramid is the family and youth that we deal with, not the administration as it had been through the previous commissioner, who everything, it goes through me. When I walk in, y'all stand up. Oh, man, right? So we have a whole different culture now. Where they was charging us to wear jeans. You wear jeans because I'm gonna wear jeans, right? So the culture has shifted, and we appreciate it. And this is a mission that he's kind of come up with. The mission of the Georgia Department of Juvenile Justice is to transform young lives by providing what? Rehabilitative treatment services and supervision, strengthening the well-being of the who? And that's what I'm big on. There's no way you can ever work with a child and not work with their family. It will never work out for you. I don't care how much work, how good you think you are. You cannot separate a child from their family. 9 times out of 10, if not 10 out of 10, they're going right back there. Yeah. And some of the time, that's the cesspool, so to speak, those are urban words, right? That they're in. Okay? So you have to have the family and fostering safe communities as well. So again, we have a short period of time, so I'll be zooming through these and we'll have some questions. So our priorities are operating safe and secure facilities and communities. If you know someone that needs a job, Lord, send them to us. Our facilities are bleeding. We have people who are working overtime like none other because since the pandemic, a lot of people don't want to go back to work, right? And it's hurting us. Absolutely.
I'll be broke.
Same here. Same here. I don't know, but our facilities are hurting really, really bad right now. But it's still our goal and the role is to make sure that everything is is safe. Can someone find the tech people for me? This is my computer, I don't, it's about to die. I don't want, that's not gonna do it. Or unless somebody have a computer cord. So that's that. So provide a robust, continuum of evidence-based behavioral health programs and services. We have a whole behavioral health unit at DJ, right? Dedicated to that, period. Gang prevention and intervention next month will be the gang investigative course right here in the state of in Savannah. We have about 40 of our employees who are coming. And we have a gang investigative unit with DJJ who's dedicated solely to that. Because you do realize it's a big thing, right? What's the most dangerous gangs we deal with in Georgia? Well, in the juvenile justice department. Who hasn't voted?
You want a gang name?
Yes. Or a, ma'am? My question was, what's the most dangerous we deal with in juvenile justice? Any of y'all ever heard of hybrid gangs? HYBRID? So why are they the most dangerous? Because those kids, those boys, those young ladies, they have to make a name for themselves. They'll take their street names and get colors from different organizations, right? And make their own name up. Simset, wherever they're from, right? So for the fact that they have to make a name for themselves, they'll harm and do whatever they need to do to make that name, right? So hybrid gangs, right? We're gonna skip through a few of these. So we have a victims and volunteer services unit. Alicia would have most definitely been a part of that. We didn't have that at the time when I first started with the department in 2007. Okay, we have that unit that's dedicated to human trafficking. We as a unit also make sure that those kids who are born in and out or human trafficking, when we find out, we'll go to the airport and get those kids if it's known. We have a unit for that.
Get a call down, so hopefully somebody else shoot.
Will that fit?
No, that's the wrong one. Thank you, appreciate you. I hope this can be
You just have to do it from memory.
yes. What you got? What you got?
Ron always comes.
Let me see what Ron got.
Let's see if this one fits, sir.
That's not it. That's the same one he had. Appreciate it. So what's the age of adulthood in Georgia? Anybody know yet?
17.
17, you are considered adult. You don't come to us. And a lot of kids don't know that. At the age of 17, you go to jail. You are considered an adult in Georgia if you commit a crime. Now, so why is it then that we can have kids up to 21 then? Yeah, I see the confusion on the face.
They come in.
Well, I don't want to talk. You know it. You know it.
If they come in before age 17, then they can stay up to 21.
If they come in before the age of 17, so let's say we get a kid that is committed at 16, right? He could be committed or she could be committed as a designated felon and get 5 years, right? And then there are certain crimes kids can commit, what it look like on the internet. I think that's the same one too. It's the same one. Mine is a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You have a charger for this, sir, please?
A charger?
Yes, you have they had one for me yesterday.
Let me check and see.
Ask both.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you guys aren't losing power in here? They called engineering and told us that y'all are losing power.
Wrong people. Yes, yes. Hopefully it don't go out. If not, we're gonna have a conversation. And we'll that's right. So I can do that. So if a kid comes to us at 16, he or she can be committed as a designated felon, and that goes up to 5 years. If you're committed to the Department of Juvenile Justice, you get 2 or 5. 2 is the minimum commitment. A judge said, we're gonna commit you to the Department of Juvenile Justice. You are in there for 2 years. Let's say, for instance, then, that is a designated felon. Murder, aggravated assault, sodomy, there's 7 of them. Rape, robbery, smash and grab is one now in the state of Georgia. I'm missing one. Those are considered designated felon. I'll get to that on my slide. I'm missing one. What'd you say? No, that wouldn't be considered a designated felon. So those 7, a judge can consider you a designated felon, right? Now, when I first started, there was no classifications of designated felon. Designated felon was a designated felon. Now we have Class A and Class B designated felons, where you can get up to 5 years, but the judge still has the opportunity now to give you 2 to 3 or 2 to 4, not the entire 5, right? And we have kids who are there now. There are certain cases that kids commit that they come to us at the Department of Justice. There it is.